Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. I usually start by saying what day it is, so you would think that I have a better track of actually what day it is, but I do not. So, facts about clouds is that some clouds have been shown to be vectors for antimicrobial resistant bacteria. So it is a little bit scary in that clouds can actually transport antibacterial resistant bacteria between countries and stuff, but like, you know, science is still out, so it's just a thing that clouds can do. Don't know how bad it is yet though. Do I think time travel is possible? I don't think so, because here's my honest opinion about time travel. I think that the way that we even perceive time as humans is so generalized in a way that's not actually accurate. So I don't even think that we accurately know what time is. So I don't think that we can successfully manipulate it. How did I get rid of my eye bags? I got good sleep. That's it. When can humans go to Mars? I don't know. It depends on when research gets there, but honestly, I feel like we have much more important things to do besides go to Mars, you know? Plastic fact is that some bacteria have been developed to degrade plastic. So that kind of research is being used to see if there are ways to recycle plastic much quicker and better than we are able to now. There's a fungus that eats plastic. I believe you. Fungus are weird. What's my favorite planet? Pluto, because Pluto is still a planet in my heart. Hair facts is that hair is made of keratin, which is the same protein as your nails are made of. Pluto's such a trooper, it is. Pluto, honestly, is just minding its own business. And everybody else is like trying to start drama with Pluto and say like, oh, Pluto, you're not a planet. You're not big enough to be a planet. But Pluto knows that it is strong and beautiful no matter what. Atom fact. The stereotypical model of the atom with like the nucleus in the center and the electrons all around it is called the Bohr's model, after Niels Bohr's, the dude who like theorized it. It's not accurate. We know it's not accurate, but like it's still kind of useful to imagine, so people still use it sometimes. Weird facts on soap. Weird facts on soap. Oh, here's an actually a weird fact on soap is that you can traditionally make soap with like pig lard. So you can actually do this at home. You can make soap out of lard, and it's just like the fat in the soap is non-polar, so it sticks to all the dirt on your hands, and so it works as soap. Gaming fact. I don't know if I have a science fact about gaming. I just know that the fan in your computer is meant to cool down your system because technology works better in cold than heat. What do I think about AI? I think AI is a good tool. People are scared of it because they don't understand it, and it has the potential to be very powerful. But I think as long as we are good citizens to each other, I think we have nothing to worry about. AI has also been around for a really long time. It's only now that it's getting all of this attention. So, do I know anything about stars? Stars are plasma, which is the fourth state of matter that is pretty much like ionized gas. Lantern facts is that we used to burn whale oil as fuel. So, not very nice to whales, so we moved past that. When is the sun gonna explode? Way far in the future. Not anything that we need to worry about. We have bigger things to worry about right now. Teeth facts is that enamel, which is the hard outside of your teeth, is one of the hardest biological substances. You're going camping tomorrow, so can you get a fact about s'mores? I wish I had a fact about s'mores, but I can give you a fact about marshmallows if that'll suffice. Marshmallows are called marshmallows because they were originally made from the marshmallow, which is a type of plant. It's like, it just looks like a brown stick, but it's like a mallow is the name of the plant, and it grows in a marsh, so it's a marshmallow. And that's why marshmallows are called that. Squirrel fact, I hate squirrels. That's my fact on squirrels. Sorry. I really don't like squirrels. Me and squirrels, we have a personal vendetta. Water fact, water is a byproduct of combustion reactions. Sharks have no bones, that is true. It is cartilage, not bones. Cartilage is like the tip of your nose or like the hard part of your ear. Rain fact, The smell of rain is one of the scents that humans are most sensitive to. So that smell of rain, we're really good at sniffing. Smell of rain is a chemical that the earth secretes. I think so. Anyway, the smell of rain is called petrichor. Facts about black holes is that the event horizon is the threshold at which light starts being able to escape the black hole. Wax fact: when bees make honey, after they make the honey, they like put the honey in the little comb. When the honey is ready, they plug it up with beeswax. And so beekeepers know when the honey is ready when it's all plugged up. You can always smell when it's going to rain? Yeah, I believe you, because that's one of the scents that humans are most sensitive to. Facts about cats. A group of cats is called a clowder. I think that's cute. Clowder, yes. C-L-O-W-D-E-R. Eye facts? Sure. Your eyes have this thing called immune privilege, where they are sort of protected from the rest of your immune system of your body. So there's a lot of junk going on around your body. So like you interact with allergens and potential bad things in your immune system all the time, but it would be really bad if your eyes had to fight the diseases as much as your, like, for example, your blood did. So your eyes have this thing called immune privilege, where they're sort of shield from the rest of your body's immune system. Lava fact: I don't know that much about lava. It's just like a crack in the earth's crust, pretty much. Lava's just hot rock, really hot rock. Mitosis and meiosis fact: mitosis is any of the body cells, and meiosis is any of the gametes, which is like your eggs and the counterpart to eggs that I'm not sure I'm allowed to say that word on TikTok, which I really hate because it's just a science word. Banana facts: the types of bananas that we eat are all one type of banana called the Cavendish banana, and we used to eat a different type of banana called the Gros Michel, which is a different type of banana, but then they all got wiped out due to a banana disease. And the reason why the banana flavor doesn't taste like the bananas that we know today is because that was the taste of the Gros Michel banana, which doesn't exist anymore. And that's why banana flavor doesn't taste like bananas. Do I have any facts about mushrooms? The part of the mushroom that you eat is called the fruiting body, and the root system is called the mycelium. Also, it is nearly impossible to overcook mushrooms. You can burn them, but it's really, really hard to overcook them. Mouth facts. I sort of shared this fact yesterday, but like the Komodo dragon used to be mythed to have this like very bacteria-filled, dirty mouth that it bit its prey with, and then its prey would die from the bacterial infection. But that's a myth. What actually happens is that they're venomous, so they venom their prey to death. But the reason why there was that misconception is because there were water buffalo that the Komodo dragon would try to bite, but like the Komodo dragons were not big enough to actually kill the water buffalo, so the water buffalo would like live and walk around with their wounds and then get infected from dirty water. So then people were like, oh no, this water buffalo got bit by a Komodo. I almost dropped that. Did you see it? They were like, oh no, this buffalo got bit by a Komodo dragon and now has an infection and died. It must be from the Komodo dragon. But no, actually it was from the water because the Komodo dragon failed. Facts about twins is that twins are extremely useful for genetic studies because the age-old debate between nature and nurture, you can actually test it with twins. If you compare identical versus fraternal twins, because both sets of twins are going to be raised theoretically in the same home environment at the same time, so they kind of generally have the same nurture. But then if you compare identical twins that have the same genetics with fraternal twins that have different genetics, then you can see the combination of, or you can see the effect of nature, so your genetics. Bacteria facts. You can induce a lot of different traits into different bacteria by giving them what's called a plasmid, which is just like a little packet of information pretty much. So bacterial DNA is stored in a circle, and unlike ours, which is stored linearly, right? But you can give bacteria like plasmids, which is little circular DNA, and they take it up and they add it to their own little DNA circle, and they just start expressing whatever it is you introduce to them. So that's why bacteria are very, very helpful for biotechnology. Random fruit fact. Ooh, what's a random fruit fact? A lot of new apples are just like hybrids of old apples. So like Honeycrisp is a hybrid apple that came from like a honey gold and like a something else. So a lot of apples are just hybrids, and they're also really, really easy to like graft onto each other. So if you take like a Fuji apple tree and a Red Delicious apple tree and you cut off a branch of the Red Delicious tree and put it on the Fuji tree, it's very easy to, for example, it's very easy to get apple trees to grow hybrids. Sloth fact has been requested. All right, the classic sloth fact, the one and only sloth fact, is that sloths live most of their lives in trees, but they are very like slow, and one thing they do come off of the tree for is to poop, but they take like an hour to poop. So they leave their protective little nest up in the tree, they come down off the tree to go poop, but that leaves them vulnerable to predators. So unfortunately, more than half of all sloth deaths occur while they are using the bathroom. How can you get my hair, or how can you get your hair like mine? Have my genetics and my hairstylist. Koala facts. The name koala means no water because they don't drink water, because they get all of their water content from the eucalyptus leaves that they eat. The weirdest ant fact I know. My classic ant fact is a pretty weird ant fact. So ants, when they die, secrete oleic acid. So ants in the colony identify other ants that are dead because of the oleic acid scent. So scientists one time just like went and took oleic acid and put it on a live ant to see what they would do. So the other ants in the colony smelled the oleic acid on the live ant, and they were like, well, clearly this one's dead. So they took it to the ant graveyard, even though it was still alive. And that ant was like, whoa, guys, what's going on? And it kept trying to like return to the colony because it was still alive. But the other ants would keep putting it back into the ant graveyard until it finally got the oleic acid off of it. So they identify dead ants by their smell. What would happen if the earth didn't rotate around the sun? We would not be alive. Do you believe that people don't see the same color, but since school teaches us, we learned it like it? You mean like we learned it all the same because school told us like this is blue and this is orange? That is the kind of thing that is, I feel like everybody has this stage where we wonder that, but it's also just like inherently impossible to ever figure out. So who knows? My bunny fact is that bunnies have to eat their own poop for nutrition, otherwise they die of malnutrition. Love fact. Dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin are the neurotransmitters that are generally associated with love. Dogs can smell cancer. Oh, that is true. Anecdotally, like dogs have been found to be able to detect breast cancer in a lot of owners. So they'll like be pawing weirdly at their owner's chest, and their owner's like, what the heck is going on? So then they go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, you have breast cancer actually. So otter facts is that otters are very good at using tools, and they also have like handedness in the same way that humans do. So we got like right-handed people and we got right-handed otters. Fact about Africa is that humans originated in Africa, and then we all like moved out from there pretty much. So in modern times, currently still, the most genetic diversity is in Africa. Mirror fact. You can make eye contact with somebody in a mirror because you're like technically looking at the same point on the mirror. So like if you guys are the mirror and this is person A and person B, if they're making eye contact by looking at the mirror, then both of their eye lines are like meeting at some point on the mirror, and that's how they can make eye contact through the mirror instead of looking at each other. Facts about hiccups is that hiccups are just spasms of your diaphragm. You hate when your diaphragm spasms. Me too. Science facts about dreams. I don't think there's that many science facts about dreams because it's very hard to study dreams because you can't like translate dreams into, I don't know, like an MP4, you know? So it's hard to study dreams. We only have theories about them, but I don't really think that there's any definitive word on what dreams mean or anything. Do I have any facts about lakes or water in general? I have a water fact that the Sargasso Sea is a sea that is surrounded completely by ocean. So the only thing that makes it a sea different than the rest of the ocean is that it has this certain type of seaweed that's not found anywhere else. Sneezing facts? I don't know. Sneezing is also kind of funny. There was like this little elementary school myth, when I was in elementary school at least, that if you sneezed with your eyes open, then your eyes would fall out. You don't do that, but it is instinctive that you close your eyes when you sneeze. Why do fingernails constantly grow? Same reason why the rest of your cells constantly grow. You're alive. Facts about musicians. There's actually an uncanny overlap between musicians who are good at both music and chemistry. For some reason, this is actually like studied, but for some reason, a lot of musicians are also just really good at chemistry. I don't know why, but it is. Bee facts. My favorite bee fact is that bees will sometimes get attacked by wasps and hornets. And in order to combat their mortal enemy, they will surround the wasp or hornet and pretty much like shake it until it heats up and heats up and heats up and pretty much like cooks it. Where/how do I find my facts? Sometimes I just Google it. Like, since I started my lives and there's things that people ask me that I don't know about, I just Google it. I literally just Google it. I'm gonna adjust my screen, by the way. But I also have been blessed with a very good education. So a lot of my facts are just from my school. And I also listen to SciShow Tangents, which is one of Hank Green's podcasts. And I also read and listen to people speak a lot. So I've just been in the science world for a while. I've picked up things. Cloud fact is that clouds are just water vapor. That's it. So all of those cartoons about people like bouncing around, jumping on clouds, fake. You really want to jump on a cloud? I know, they make it look so fun, but it's all a lie. It's cloud propaganda, actually. What's another flower fact? If you look at the bottom of an apple, so you have the top where their stem is, you have the bottom where there's that little like wrinkly part of the apple, that's where the flower used to be. That's it. That's the whole fact. Apple is flower. Apple comes from flower. Apple is not flower. Apple comes from flower. Apple is fruit. Fruit fact is that anything that is like the fleshy part around seeds is the fruit. So anything that like contains seeds is probably a fruit. So a tomato is definitely a fruit. But yeah, cucumber also a fruit. But like botanically, there is no such thing as a vegetable. That's just like a culinary definition that we as humans decided to set. How does remote control work? It's like infrared. So do I have a remote control here? I don't have my remote control right here. But some phones can do this. Using the front camera, some phones can do this. If you turn off all of the lights and click your remote control at your phone, you might be able to see the infrared signal coming out of the remote control, but it's infrared. Frog fact is that when frogs swallow, their eyes like roll down to help them swallow their food. Food fact. You can eat everything at least once. Don't do it. Like, don't eat things that aren't food. Actually, the condition in which people habitually eat things that aren't food is called pica. Facts about microwaves. Microwave is a frequency of electromagnetic radiation that is longer than infrared. So it's like the visible light spectrum, then infrared, then microwaves, and then radio waves. Is it true that microwaves are bad to use? No, that's not true. Like, don't stick things in the microwave that aren't supposed to be in the microwave, but like, you'll be fine, I think. You're a girl, question mark? I'm an enigma. I'm a challenge. But I'm also a delight to teach. Facts about diamonds is that diamonds are literally pure carbon. So they're just carbon in a very tightly packed form. Facts about 3D printing is that they have tried to 3D print like organs and stuff. Sometimes it works, but it's not accessible yet. But cool prospect, right? Facts about tap water. If you hear the words hard water and soft water, what that means is like how much mineral content is there in your water. So hard water has a lot of minerals and soft water does not have a lot of minerals. And all of your tap water is hopefully potable, which means drinkable. Turtle fact is that aquatic turtles can sleep underwater. They just hold their breath for a really long time. Opinion on mechanical engineering. Mechie is, oof, I couldn't do it. But I also couldn't do any type of engineering because my physics is bad. Seashell facts. Oysters sometimes need help being regenerated because we're kind of overfishing, and also like climate change is not good for oysters. So some organizations recycle oyster shells from restaurants to help give calcium back to oysters pretty much, which I think is cool. Tornado fact. I don't know much about tornadoes, to be honest. I know that there's some people called storm chasers, I think. They will literally drive around following a tornado to film it and stuff. I think that is the most wacky thing that you could possibly ever want to do. But what makes our hair turn gray faster? It is the fact that there's separate mechanisms for like your actual hair growing cells and the hair color cells. And as your body makes melanin for your hair, it also produces hydrogen peroxide as a byproduct. And the hydrogen peroxide sort of like bleaches your hair, as people who bleach their hair with hydrogen peroxide know. And also as you age, the cells that give you your hair color stop being able to move around so much, but they need to be able to move to go to the place where hair cells pick up the color. So long story short, your hair cells don't move around as much. You can't get the pigment into your hair where they need to be. How to prevent aging on the skin? Sunscreen. Bye.